tres, cuatro.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Season 2, Episode 7 of Divination Night. Joining us tonight is Mara Stalnaker, fellow Harrison County, West Virginian. How you doing tonight, honey? Are you there?
I'm doing great, Gwen. Thank you so much for having me.
All right. So you do some very interesting things, which we're going to get into in a minute.
Sorry,
it's okay.
Already.
Hello, Natalie. Hello, Sherry. Hello, Mariah. Or Mara, sorry. Okay, so we are going to get to readings here shortly. But tonight I want to talk a little bit about Mara and some of the fascinating things she does. So I'm gonna lead off with letting everybody know that if you listen to the last episode 6, we talked with Natalie McVicker and talked about how she's an award winner. So in Harrison County, there was 2 of us chosen, and Mara was the my co-winner for Harrison County in the West Virginia 2021 West Virginia Tarot Association Awards. So we're very proud of her, and that's why this episode is so special. Kind of hear you a little bit, honey. Try it again. So we're having a little bit of technical difficulties. It happens sometimes. So maybe she'll log out and try to come back in. So, but anyway, yes, I wanted to have her on the show. Some of the locations around the state during the West Virginia Tarot Association Awards, there were 2 or more winners, and I feel very blessed to be with her in the county. She does a couple of really good things, which we will get into talking about when she makes it back online. She does yoga. She's very spiritual, finding her path, and she grows hydroponics, and that's one thing that we were going to talk about tonight. Hey, darling.
I'm so sorry. I switched to my phone, and we're going to run off Verizon's internet because Suddenlink is letting me down horribly tonight. Can you?
Oh gosh!
Can everybody hear me?
You're on here. I hear you a whole lot better than the last.
Perfect. So
this kept cutting in and out.
I apologize for Suddenlink. I'm still getting used to their services and how slow they are. I called them today after our test set up, and it just didn't work out. So we'll skip all that. And thank you, Gwen, so much for the wonderful introduction. You do so amazing job at helping me get my anxiety under control and just lead the way. I appreciate you. I do have to let everybody know. I think about 3 occasions now I've tried to give this tie to Gwen because I help people. I can do tarot. I do it, but it just hasn't been my passion. As I told her, I'm coming on here to talk with you guys about tarot and plants. I have a lot of anxiety, and I've let that get in my way, probably like a lot of people. So I'm trying to work past my anxiety on all that aspect and show the world more of what I have to offer. And that's why I'm here. So while Gwen has led the way, and like I was telling her earlier today, I'm so inspired by the way she's taken control of the community. She's trying to get events going. Whenever I heard I won the award, I was unaware that there were people in this community similar to me. I had disappeared to Morgantown for about 6 years, and that's where I learned about this community. I didn't know anything about tarot or spiritual whenever I was growing up in Harrison. So I was going to lead the way, but she's already leading the way, and she's such an inspiration, and I'm glad to be on her team. So her and I are going to be working together on that aspect. And so, yes, I do card readings for my friends. I don't know if anyone caught last week's episode with Asen, and he was talking to Natalie about in Britain how the rules are a lot different there for readers and how they go through a lot of more special like qualifications. For years, I was always hesitant about ever getting card readings from people because I always had it in my mind that they needed to heal, that people pushed over their trauma onto other people like word vomit. And so it took me getting my own cards and practicing with myself and getting my own experience to realize that it can work for other people. Not only that, but last year my dog got ran over, and he was the first thing that ever taught me unconditional love. He actually brought me out of a numbness that I put myself in during childhood. And once my Natalie and a few of my other friends, they would give me different readings, and it really resonated with me, and that really opened my mind that you don't have to be completely healed to be a tarot card reader. And that's where I've come from. I don't know what, sorry, I'm messing up with words now, but that was my perspective forever.
You're doing
and
great.
2 years, I've really like got out of that. I've really accepted that change. Now, whenever the award came out, I had just lost my mother. I was battling, getting ready to go have a surgery. I had a 2-pound fibroid coming off my uterus that they just found out about randomly. And my friend, my sister from 20 years, decided to go missing in a freak canoe accident. So when that award came in, I was in shock, but I told myself during my surgery healing that I was going to work on my tarot more and I was going to do that. And I never got around to it. So that's why I still have anxiety about it, like everybody else. I've been pushing things off and pushing things off. And so I'm making more of an effort to be more into that aspect. But I want everybody to get the full feel for me, I guess you would say. So just because I won this award, I don't feel like I'm an award winner, but that's probably what makes me great. And there we go.
Mm-hmm. Well, you are getting lots of love and support in the comment section, just letting you know. And you have come to the right place because I'm the type of person that likes to kick people out of their comfort zones. So I'm ready to just boot you, girl.
I need it. I've always been an inspiration for people. I'll inspire you or trigger you, and that's just how I am. But I'm sure everybody's feeling this new moon like I've been. My emotions have been all over the place. This Pisces, if anybody's a Pisces out there, I feel for you every day. My mother was Pisces, and her emotions were, So yes, much love for all the Pisces out there and just everyone feeling the full moon or the new moon.
Yeah. Natalie commented, we use our trauma to connect with those that share that similar energy with. So, and that's where I got mine. I have the hashtag trauma and tarot.
That's true.
So yeah, so I know, and I started doing shadow work, and it just really opened up my eyes to a lot of things. And you've been doing it as well, haven't you?
Yeah, I mean, I've been doing shadow work from 2017. I got into the spiritual world back in 2017 whenever I fell into a brief drinking path. I always swore I would never get into drinking. My mother was a very bad alcoholic, and briefly managing a Verizon store got the best of me, and I fell in a drinking path, and my friend kidnapped me and took me to Charleston, and that's when I learned about crystals, and I found yoga, and fast forward almost 6 years later, I'm 4.5 years clean of no drinking. I've been obsessed with yoga. The Owning Your Shadow, I forget the author, but it's a book. I don't know if you're familiar with it or not. That was one of the first books I read in my healing process, and it really got me in touch with my inner child. It got me in touch with my parents' shadow and how we carry more of our parents' shadow than we realize, and it really catapulted me. I also got into a shaman counselor, and he walked me through multiple inner child meditations, and it just opened all the doorways. And ever since then, it's just been a spiral. In the past year, I really focused, when I found out about that fibroid, I wanted to heal the mother wound. And that really catapulted a lot of different things. It opened up, I had to go back to remembering when I was born. I had to sit back and find out how my mother, what kind of birth she had, how traumatic it was, because we don't even realize that we actually carry that trauma with us. So if your mother was in labor for many, many hours, you carry that with you. If it was a really harsh pull out, you carry it, and just things you never think about. So I'm still diving in the shadow, but
that is deep, because you're right. Nobody ever talks about that.
Men, circumcision. A lot of men who've had perfect childhoods and no one's never figured out why they're so angry. The anger, they say, can come from that circumcision, and we got to get in there and release it. But you don't think about that stuff.
Wow. Yeah, that just blew my mind, because I don't ever think about that.
Yeah.
And congratulations on your time clean and sober. Very proud of you.
Not drinking's not for everybody. It just wasn't for me. I don't know if after I worked through all my trauma, maybe it would be a better thing for me. But while I didn't know about the inner trauma I had, drinking was it was toxic. I lowered my vibration. Now I would guarantee I would notice the lower of the vibration, because that's what happened when I got into yoga. It just, a couple years after doing yoga, you just can tell when something raises or lowers your vibration. So that was the last couple times I'd ever tried drinking back 4.5 years ago. I was totaling my vibration. I was just miserable. So it just, I guess once you get out of that cycle, you notice it.
Now, did it make you angry? Were you an angry? Did you become an angry person?
I did. And honestly, what I believe now, because it wasn't until my mother was passing that I found out some things happened to me in my childhood that I knew nothing about. So I think it was my subconscious knowing all that, has all this stuff it needs to reveal. But my memories, it wasn't until the past 6 months that I've been able to remember the stuff and go back and work and rebuild. And that's why I beat myself up about this award, because I was like, I planned 6 months ago, I'd planned to be a lot farther than what I am, but I went a different route, and I had to do some additional healing and some additional pulling and stuff, because I wasn't prepared for these random things that I found out from childhood, per se, But instead of breaking, I transmuted it. So I transmuted the dark into light, and now it's just even more powerful and more ready to go. I just have to shut my ego up about the anxiety part.
Well, I feel that whenever we are going through the shadow work, or facing any kind of trauma, it really helps us as readers to be able to connect with somebody who is going through a similar situation. Once we can feel deeply what they're feeling, whenever you get on that wavelength, then it helps connect a lot better.
1000%. I think I've learned that a lot with having the group chat with Natalie and Jason. Just that alone, having their support system, and as we're all equally weird, so we're comfortable with just being. I really think everybody needs to find their little groups like that. It's therapy. It's free therapy, I guess, but it's some of the best therapy you'll ever get.
Okay, so this raises an interesting question. Now, a lot of people view this differently all across the board. Do you feel that they are members of your soul family?
Yes, 1000%.
Yes, because some people are think, oh no, it's not really a soul family. It's just my soulmates, and everybody believes something different. So I just want your perspective.
We were sent to meet in the areas that we met. I feel like our paths were sent there, so we would meet, and then it's just all falling into place. And I think we all can equally agree. We hope each other grow equally. It's just probably the most support any of us has had in a while, and it's just comforting.
It's that kind of connections that are truly beautiful. So I love it.
if you're new, like you feel weird, if you felt weird about the spiritual world or whatever you would want to classify, the astrology, the stuff like that, to find your people, like it helps, because if not, you just constantly weird and awkward and everything else. So if you can find your people, it just will help your soul's mission. It'll help you progress on what you've come here to do and discover. It won't happen overnight, but I'm excited to see where mine and Jason's ideas go in 6 years from now. Like what happens.
Right. Natalie commented, I love our little group chat. And Jason commented, I'm the weird cousin, right?
Yeah. No comment.
Okay, so we do have a couple people that are asking for readings. So you wanted us to take those readings and then come back and talk about your plans.
Yeah. Will you be okay to do the readings? Are you going to do them? Because I don't.
I can. How do you feel about doing any of them?
I don't know. I don't know. If somebody really wants me to and they understand I'm nervous, I would love to pull 3 cards for you out of my Disney's Villains deck.
Okay. So we have Sherry and Mariah. If either one of you would like her to pull a card, and her 3, and I am, just please be patient with both of us, because this is my first week back doing readings as well. So I realize we may not be given the most 100% show for Harrison County, but we are giving our 100% best that we can do right now.
The reason I have so much anxiety right now, aside from just anxiety about doing anxiety, but have the anxiety of the readings, is because I've been having dreams the past 2 days, and it's involved my mother, and I lost my mother about 6 months ago, and 2 days from now is her birthday, her 50th birthday. And actually the reason I picked this date when Gwen was asking me was because I told her I thought it would help me with that. But I just once again fear that what's going on in my subconscious will flee over into what's going on in the reading. So I just I'm very blunt and honest with my feelings. I want everybody to know where
Well, how about I do the first one? I will take Sherry, and you can take Mariah. So I'll give you Mariah's birthday. That way you can kind of start getting focused. Okay. To give you a little bit of time. Her birthday is April 28th.
My sister's birthday.
Ooh. See, it's meant to be. All right, Sherry, honey, I got you. Hi, Shanda. Okay. Colin, did you leave your birth date? Okay, so we're going to do these 2, and then we're going to talk a little bit more about you.
Thanks for getting me out of my comfort zone, I guess.
Anytime. All right, Colin, I'll get you right down. All right, Sherry. So the first card that comes up for you is the Sun. So there it is. This is from the Celestial Tarot deck. So the Sun for me is a lot of heat and passion, like coming your way. Next card is the 2 of Swords, and that is the constellation of Lupus. Lupus is the wolf in astrology, and that is telling me that you've got a hunger for some knowledge. So this passion that is coming through is going to be something that you enjoy working on. So this isn't necessarily a relationship. I feel like as far as a relationship goes, a little bit of time needs to pass for that. So, all right. And the last card is 2 of Cups. It's Ursa Major in astrology. And this is just telling you that things are going to balance out. Now, I feel like since this is the cups are water, that it will happen very quickly during this time of Pisces. I'm associating that. So whatever you're working on, you're going to have a choice in it. And I feel like you're going to have some fun with it. It's going to be, it's something that you really enjoy doing. Wow, you can really tell I'm off. You can tell I've been off. I haven't done any readings for like weeks.
I think they're beautiful.
So see, I'm having some anxiety myself.
It's rubbing off for me.
Damn, being an empath.
All right, I have April 28th. Will you tell me the name again? Was it Marie?
Mariah.
Mariah. Okay. Just a second. My hands. All right. Mariah, I am pulling from the Disney's Villains deck. I don't know if you guys are familiar with it or not. This is something I treated myself to whenever I was having my hysterectomy because I thought it would get me into the groove of everything, and then I just ran into more trauma I was working through, and I worked with a couple friends, but I never went live or did any videos. Okay, so the first card I got was the Judgment card, and I'm going to read from the book just because I'm still getting the feel for everything, if that's okay with you guys.
Whatever you need to do, honey.
All right. I'm sorry. I've never recorded these. I always just email them to people so you don't see my anxiety and my finding pages and stuff. All right, I have the Judgment card in upright. And this is announced with the royal fanfare. The Queen of Hearts serves as a decisive judge who delivers her verdicts with authority. Judgment represents cause and effect, consequences, and through the Queen of Hearts may be familiar with the concept of forgiveness. When you receive the Queen upright, the Judgment is drawn in the tarot reading. It indicates the nearing the end, a longing, important journey. While this could refer to the conclusion of a big life project in your life, such as building a house or obtaining a dream job, it usually refers to a more personal inner journey. Take some time to reflect on the steps that lead you to where you are now. Appreciate the lessons you've learned along the way and make peace with any missteps you've taken. I think that's very fitting for the new moon that we're in right now about ending past things and starting new chapters. So that was very nice. The second card we have is the Ace of Swords upright. And I'll see if you can get a better view of that. Let's go back here. The Ace of Swords upright presents breakthroughs and bright ideas. You're feeling creative and inspired to brainstorm on your next scheme. This is a time to strategize and come up with a detailed plan to accomplish your goal. Also fitting for the end of the cycle, next cycle completion. So I think that's kind of neat and everything like that. So hopefully, Marie, you're seeing an ending in a cycle somewhere in your life and you're seeing some new ideas, some new ideas, daydreams. I don't even know what the word I'm thinking of, but you've been thinking about this for a while now, probably, and now the pieces are starting to come together that you're seeing this is ending and this is the next chapter, the next series of your event. And then last we had the Five of Cups. Yeah, cups, we're back here. All right, Five of Cups, draft. Your plans have been spoiled. Disappointments can be demoralizing, but rather than reminiscing on them, things that can't change, this card advises you to accept the circumstances as they are and move on. There are other opportunities waiting for you. So I don't know if the cycle that's ending is kind of hurt a little bit. You know, all of us come into place where I had to grieve my past self, even myself from a year ago. I had to grieve. So even if you're ending, like starting a new part of yourself, you had to grieve your old self. So that could be into play. You're moving. You might be moving from your friends, from your relatives. So you could be grieving from that. You know, so it's okay to be sad from whatever you're growing from or moving on from, but be excited for the new thing that's getting ready to appear in your life, the new breakthrough, the new idea, the new inspiration. And I hope that helps you. I hope that brings you some light on anything. And thank you.
Okay, so she already commented a response for you. So this is making perfect sense. Thank you. The first thing that comes to mind is that I've been trying to conceive for 3 years. I had one that failed and was going to have another one tomorrow. I think that's in Verdo, or maybe I'm not really clarified on that, but there.
Okay. No, there's some resemblance there. So keep your positivity with that. Keep your faith in that, and good luck with that. It's actually really touching that you're trying to conceive. I had to make the decision to have the whole hysterectomy just because of this huge fibroid, and I decided I didn't want kids that I would adopt. So I applaud you for still not giving up and keep going with that if that's something you're passionate with. It was easy for me because I'm not really big with kids, so it was easy for me to make that decision. But that's something you're really passionate about. Keep going, because the universe really wants you to keep going.
An interuterine insemination. That's what it is.
Okay, yeah.
Thank you for clarifying that. I'm sorry. I just kind of went blank on that one. But thank you for clarifying. And good luck. Very good luck for you. Lots of positive energy for you.
Yes, I'm so how perfect for you, and just fitting for me too. I love it for you.
Okay, so since she is having this done tomorrow, we kind of touched a bit on this before the show started. This moon. So what do you have to tell us about the energy that's going on right now?
Oh my goodness, this moon is crazy. So this is the only moon up until the end of the year that's a super moon. So it's the closest to our Earth. Both Neptune and what did I write? Jupiter and Neptune, which are home of Pisces, are all in a big conjunction with our moon, our sun, and our Earth right now. So we're getting extra feelings of Pisces. We're just in the depths of our emotions. I'm sure everybody's just fighting, crying, doing it at the same time, but stay strong. Crying releases. We should definitely always embrace crying because you can release your old energy. It allows the universe to create room in your body for new energy, new downloads to happen. So embrace the crying, embrace the fears. They're not going to last. They're not going to stay. Go with the nudge, as I learned today. Go with the nudge. Get the support that you need to go with the nudge. Don't just bail out of things. Let people know if you're feeling a type of way. You'd probably be surprised how well they'll be able to help and encourage you to get out there and keep going. So don't let all these planets being in a big clusterfuck right now get to you, because it's going to get better. I promise.
Okay, so up next, the next three, but we're going to hold off on this for a minute. We have Natalie, Colin, and Shonda. So they will be coming up. Yeah. So, and Natalie said, if you want to read for her or Jason, if that'll help with your anxiety. So if you're comfortable, whenever we're ready, you want to take Natalie's?
Yeah, I'll take it. I'll go with Ever. I think I'm okay.
All right. See that, a girl. I love it.
Although every time Natalie, I feel like. All right. You want to do readings?
So, do you want to do her readings, or you want to talk about your plans? It's up to you. If you're ready to go, we'll go, and
yeah, we can do readings.
Just go with the flow. All right.
Let's do
Jump
it.
right in.
All right, now let's see what happens. I feel like I always get crazy cards when I pull for Natalie, but she's always the people I practice on.
And Jason already commented that you always get the full for him, so.
Yeah, me and Jason always do well, but we're both Gemini, so I think I always just blame it on the fact that happens. But no. All right. We got the first one.
So for Natalie, it's 4/21.
Wands. Yeah, I know Natalie's birthday. Flip that way, please.
And Lisa, we haven't cut off submissions yet. So if you want a reading, you have to give your date of birth. And if you have a question, that would be great.
Okay. Let's see what happens, Natalie. Your first card, we got the Ace of Wands. Upright. I love this Disney deck, by the way. If any of you guys are a Disney fanatic like I am, they did very well with this deck, and I highly recommend it.
So what's on the card?
This one is the evil villain from Aladdin. It looks like his staff, I believe.
Oh, yeah, the cobra.
Yeah, that's what that is. So
Okay.
he's the Ace of Wands, and then the Ace of Wands indicates major opportunities to show off your creative powers are heading your way. This is a great time for brainstorming because you're feeling inspired and full of creative ideas. Persuade creative projects and positivity and enthusiasm. Your potential is limitless. So we need to start working on more of those business brainstorms, Natalie. No, Natalie does a phenomenal job. I have always loved watching what new she's bringing in for her products and her balms or her not lip glosses. Natalie, I think you need to make lip gloss because I just tried to say that.
There you go.
Her rollerblades, she's always up to something, and it's always quite an inspiration to watch her do it. She really takes control of a lot of the craft things I have laying around my house that I keep telling myself I'm going to do, but I never do. So once again, I love watching her and being inspired by her. All right, the next card Natalie has is the Three of Coins upright. And then we will go. Natalie, if you don't, I'm not, hold on. I'm not going to say that. All right. Just as Scar has hope from his hyena's henchmen, the Three of Coins is a reminder that success often depends on your ability to collaborate and cooperate. I don't know what that might stand out for Natalie, but I know there's something she'll think of. And then we got the Seven, the Hangman, and that has the snake guy from, I think, Jungle. I'm not sure.
Is that from the Jungle Book?
Yeah, that's what I think. It's from the Jungle Book. Thank you for being with me, but I think he should be from the Jungle Book.
Oh, I know my Disney. Yeah. And I got a coloring book on the villains.
So Ka is the mighty fearsome python who uses the power of his hypnosis on those unfortunate enough to cross his path by enhancing them into a vulnerable, dreamlike state. The Hangman Tarot card denotes the effects Ka has on those hypnotized. It represents the act of seeing things from a new perspective and accepting unexpected delays and surrendering to the situation. When you receive this card up, much like the Ka's hypnotic stare, you found yourself faced with an unexpected obstacle that puts your plans on hold. The advice of the Hangman Tarot is to relax a little and go with the flow. Use the setbacks as an opportunity to pause and reflect. It might end up being just what you needed to gain a helpful new perspective. So, Natalie, I have a few thoughts of where these could ding, but I'd like to hear what you have to say about anything.
She said, "I'm always up to something, aren't I?"
She is. Oh.
Yeah, that was Ka.
That was, yeah.
The Jungle Book.
They're cute, and their inspiration to be more. I play with them all the time, but I don't know. I need to be more dedicated to them.
And Jason said Natalie is easily hypnotized by snakes.
Oh. Welcome to our group chat.
She's just putting up laugh emojis, so I guess she gets what you're saying.
She does.
Yeah. Okay, so up next we have Colin. Do you want me to take this one?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
I carded out.
Okay. Natalie said she's here for it. All right, so Colin, I have 1, 5. I say, okay, so we have the Three of Wands, and this is Perseus. And Perseus is ready to go into battle. And I hate to say this, Cullen, but I know that you're always ready for the next wave that's coming through. The Queen of Cups, so that is the Queen of Fixed Water. So with the Queen of Cups, it's reminding you to take care in what you're doing. So while you're always ready to charge forward, make sure that you are mindful and kind of have to go with the flow a little bit. Remember to take care of yourself. Do not overdo it. And the last card is the Ace of Wands, Cassiopeia. So Cassiopeia was very vain. So we got to make sure that you don't go down that route. So just kind of sit back, go with the flow. Things are going to progress forward, but they're not going to be full steam ahead. Just relax. So there we go. Are you still with me?
You're
Okay.
great.
Okay. Do you want to take the next two, or do you want to take a break?
I mean, we can do. I'll do. You want to do one and I'll do one? Is that what you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's fine. Let's try it out.
Do you want to? Shanda is up next.
Okay.
And but Lisa has that deck.
Oh yeah.
So which one do you want to take?
Does Lisa want one from the deck she already has, or does she want one from a deck she doesn't have? Because
all right, Lisa, what do you choose? She said do it.
You said Lisa?
Yeah, that's Lisa. Her birthday is August 11th. So Shanda's up next. I'll go ahead and take that one. So Shanda's birthday is March 19th. Coming up.
March babies. March
Yes.
My Aries. I'm always stuck around Aries.
Okay, so first card up for you, Shanda. So you wanted a career reading. So the first one is the Ace of Cups. And cups to me remind me of healthcare. And I kind of have a set of jobs, career oriented for each suit. And the Ace of Cups, because cups to me represent healthcare, like nurturing, loving, caring, and compassionate. And this being the ace, I feel that it's maybe a change for you, and that's a direction that you will be going in. I'm also getting that this is a change that you need, because while you're nurturing and helping others heal, you are going to be healing yourself. Okay, the next one is strength. So strength is represented by the Leo constellation. So with this is a lot of fire energy, a lot of excitement. So is this something that you're saying librarian? Well, you can help with that. You're still helping people being a librarian. But it's pulling a lot of strength from you with what you're doing right now. Strength is her confirmation card from Spirit. Wonderful. Because in the last card that pull is Aquarius, and this is the star. So it's about rebuilding and restarting something that is in what you want to do. So even though things haven't been fitting together so far, this says that a new beginning is going to strengthen and create the stability that you need. So hope that works for you. And Lisa, August 11th, she said, Natalie knows all about me and my Aries. I like fire signs.
Oh, wait, what was the birthday again?
Natalie's August 8th. I'm sorry, August 11th.
Okay. All right. Wait, so we're doing Lisa, right?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, but yeah, the Aries energy. Too much. That fire. It teaches me to get out of my comfort zone, so I appreciate my Aries to a T, but that fire and that passion. All right, Lisa.
And Tara, we need a birth date for you to receive a reading.
Wow, my whole deck's falling out. One of those moments.
It happens. You never know what they're going to do.
The whole deck wants to have a word with you, Lisa.
You have been shuffling your deck too hard.
Probably.
Not you, Lisa. So your deck is going to tell them, hey, ease up a little bit.
All right. My first card I have for Lisa, ironically, is the Hangman again, but it's upside down. So let's go back real fast and see what the Hangman was. And if I flip that around, I'm sorry. I'm in the front of the camera. I forget.
Thank you.
All right, Lisa, are you avoiding an unnecessary decision? Reverse the Hangman indicates hesitancy, uncertainty, and stalling tactics. Past plans are often followed by his own gratuitous, drawn-out gloating. Learning from his mistakes. If you have a decision to make, don't waste time in dilly-dallying. Stay focused and make your move quickly before you lose the opportunity. Next, we have the Two of Coins reversed. Oops, I'm sorry. I wish my computer would have worked better for this, guys. I apologize. But let me run back there.
Now, what's on that deck? That card?
Which one? That's what you tell you. Who is this guy?
Oh, he's the snake from Robin Hood.
Yeah, there. Thank you. Because I've been questioning this forever.
What is it with these snakes? This is two snakes in this reading.
Yeah, in this reading, Lisa, what's going on with these snakes? All right, this reverse. You're feeling overwhelmed and struggling to manage your time, money, or energy. Are you spending your time wisely? Which responsibilities can delegate to others? The second Two of Coins reversed indicates it's time to reevaluate your priorities and your commentaries. Comments. I butchered that word. Sorry. English one. But yeah, the snakes are interesting. I'm kind of scared to see what this one is. All right. Even though scary. Justice.
Oh, I'm trying to place him.
This one should tell me which one he is because he's not a sword, but let's find out. Yeah. So, when brilliant, world-renowned scientist Dr. Callaghan suffers a personal tragedy, he embraces a new secret identity as the masked Yoki to seek vengeance. Just as revenge motive, Yoki struggles with his mortality of his actions. This tarot card, justice, represents repercussions, consequences, ethics, and fairness. Upright, have you been feeling morally conflicted about a situation in your life? Are you in a situation or relationship that just doesn't feel fair to you? Deep down, you know what's right. The tarot card justice advises you to follow your moral compass regardless of your personal feelings on the matter. It's a clear sign that now is the time to stand boldly for your truth and integrity, and it may be hard, but it will lead to peace and stability in the long run. I'm kind of once again feeling the new moon energy with this, where you're time to be shedding, getting away from the hangman. You know, you're coming into a new light, a new possibility, but you're scared. You know, those emotions are seeping in on you, like kind of how I was with the anxiety, the fear, everyone's just going to think horrible things. You know, it's not true, and you'll feel so better if you make that step, regardless of what it is. If it's a career, if it's a home thing, maybe it's just the lifestyle habit that you've been putting off that you really want to change, that's been irking at you forever, you know.
That was the villain from Big Hero 6.
Is that what he is, the Loki? Okay. Oh, wow.
It wasn't until you started talking about it that I was like, oh yeah, Big Hero 6.
You're right. The scientist, Dr. Colligan.
Mhm.
You're right.
And Elisa said it's focusing on my business and not working my ass off for the dead end job.
Oh yes, I think we've all can relate to that a little bit. I know that's been a topic in my group chat multiple times. Is us just so tired of these dead end jobs, wanting to focus on our gifts, what we're good at, what we're passionate about, to open a business, to make an income. So, I think a lot of us are there. Definitely follow through.
Yes. Okay, so Tara is up next. 1212. I'll take this one, but you can take the next one.
Okay, who's that?
It's Jason.
Oh boy, Jason.
And I'm sure you remember his birthday, but it is June 2nd.
Yeah.
Okay.
I knew it was June, but I didn't know the date, so thank you.
Okay, so before and this will be our cutoff for tonight. Are you good?
Yeah, that's
okay. And after Jason, that'll be the last reading we do. And I do need to take a moment and talk to you guys about something that I hate that we have to talk about every episode, but I do.
We do.
Sometimes people will come onto the live chat and comment underneath of you and say, message me for your reading. That is not us. We try during the live feed to remove any of comments that are like that. Occasionally you will get a private message. This has happened to some of our viewers. They will get a private message and they'll be like, Spirit has called me to you. I need to tell you something. I'm sorry for saying it like that, but that's exactly how
you're perfect. It's so perfect. I laugh when I hear stories. Nobody's
Spirit has called me to you. I need to tell you something.
You're here. No.
Professional readers would never do that. We are not like that. So if you get a message like that, please disregard that as a scammer. Do not fall for that. Do not give them any money because that's the only thing that they're trying to do. They're not trying to help you. If you want help from a reader, somebody that has been on the show, message me. I will give you their contact information. Whatever you need, we'll get it taken care of. Okay. So I had to say that.
Please save your money. I will use you as a test subject and practice free readings on you before you waste all your money in spams.
Okay, so I am, for this question, it's personality character of a lifetime partner. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to use the deck that I use for relationships and characteristics.
Oh,
this is going to be fun. All right, so let me find it. I've got all my decks back here. Let me find it. There it is. And you're going to laugh. It's the Spirit of Halloween deck.
Halloween.
So basically telling you the characteristics of the person that you know you're going to be in a relationship with based off of monsters.
I love that already.
Okay. Whoa. Hold up. Well, these three cards wanted to jump out. So let's go with these. The first card that flew out, was the Ten of Cups. The Ten of Cups is represented by the Leviathan. So if you know anything about the Leviathan, it is all-consuming. So this is telling me that this relationship is really, you're going to be really invested in it. It's going to be a really deep emotional connection because it's the cups. Okay. The next one is the Three of Swords, and this is represented by the aliens. So not only are you going to feel it deeply, and it's going to be a deeply connection with this person, they are also going to be able to bring you intelligence and new ideas and really expand your world as far as looking at things and how you perceive your surroundings. All right, get caught up here. Okay, and the last card is the Ten of Pentacles. So it's the Minotaur. And if you know the story of the Minotaur, he is the one that is at the center of the labyrinth. So this relationship is something that you are going to have to work at. It's not going to be easy to navigate your way around, but once you connect and make that, and once you make that connection, it's going to be a long and strong relationship. So there you go. Good luck with that.
Yay. Oh, Jason.
And Jason asked Natalie if you stacked the deck just to mess with him.
Probably. No. I wish I could be that clever. Let's see. The Wheel of Fortune, upside down. Oh, wait, no, right side up. Sorry, that's my bad. See, I already messed with Jason.
At least it was Jason. And it's his own fault because he's been making comments.
Always done this to me. All right, and the star. All right, and that one. So let's get my little black book over here.
Okay.
Dive into the Wheel of Fortune, which everyone has their own interpretation of the Wheel of Fortune, but it wouldn't be a fun Disney theme if I didn't read from the book of the Wheel of Fortune.
Yeah.
All right. Just as Maleficent's curse-spinning wheel changes the course of Ariel's life, the Wheel of Fortune represents pivotal moments, sudden changes in luck, and twist of fate. The Wheel of Fortune upright is a reminder that life is unpredictable and your luck is ever-changing. When this tarot card is drawn, it's a clear sign that the unexpected. Appreciate where you are in life right now because big changes are on their way. Whether you're offered an amazing new opportunity or you prick your finger on a curse-spinning wheel, the Wheel of Fortune reminds you that your life can change in an instant. Live in the moment. I'm sorry for laughing.
Is that the spinning wheel from Sleeping Beauty?
Is that from? They're talking about Maleficent.
Yes, that is the spinning wheel from Sleeping Beauty.
Yes.
Oh, Jason.
Jason, this comes back to you always talking about how you're broke and you don't have this and you don't have that, and I'm always lecturing you to quit saying that and talk about how you're abundantly with this and you have abundance in that and just abundance in love, friendship, and you're always like, man. You have change your perspective, change the way you say things. All right, so now we're going to move into the star. Mirror, I believe.
Yes, that is the mirror from Snow White. The Evil Queen's mirror.
Jason in the mirror. Just as the Queen's magic mirror always represents honesty to any question asked, the star represents clarity, hope, and the power of truth. Reverse, the star represents insecurities and lack of clarity. The Queen is consumed by the desire to be the most beautiful in the land and stands before the magic mirror and demands that if she knows the fairest. If you too find yourself seeking validation from others, it's time to adjust your perspective. Treat yourself and embrace your authority because the confidence you're looking for comes within. Sounds like a few other of our conversations that we've had, but I won't go into any conversation there. All right, and last but not least, I think this is from the Zootopia one, but let's go find out.
Okay.
The Hermophian. I should really learn to speak before I go live.
Hierophant.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I don't know English. All right. Structure, law, and order and community are the main themes of this card. This both represents and exploits those themes as an ambitious sheep who moves up the Zootopia's government hierarchy to promote her own agenda. This card advises you that now isn't the time for radical ideas and rebellion. Instead, place your trust in tried and true methods and time-honored traditions. While there's a time and a place for individualism, nonconformity, and rebellion, this card is a sign that respecting convention will get you further than going your own way. So maybe not make your name that name we talked about in group chat today about the only one that's not white supremacist or whatever we worded that as. Maybe don't do that and just keep it as Jason. And at another time we can change it. That's what I'm from that. But
oh wow. Okay.
And thank you guys.
Okay, so what else do you want to talk about?
Well, I think a lot of people enjoy following my Facebook and stuff like that, mostly because of my plants. Back about 2 years ago when COVID started, I was living in a trailer in Morgantown. You couldn't have a garden outside, and I wanted to learn how to garden. So I learned how to do hydroponic gardening. So hydroponic is soil-free gardening. You use water, you use Coca-Cola, you don't use the ground outside per se. You produce over 33% produce at a faster rate, and you actually use it over 30% less than water than you would in a garden. So the reason I bring this up for people is because I feel like in a couple years, while we're all going to be shifting to wanting to have fresher produce, grow our own stuff, our ground, especially in West Virginia, is going to need a break. And the way we can give the ground a break to rest from all the fracking, that no one's ever come back in and blessed the land after our fracking. Our land needs some love, and we need to eat, and we don't need to be sourcing from all over wherever to eat. So I think it's important for people to take into consideration other means of growing. And so that's why I want people to learn about hydroponics. So what I do with hydroponics essentially is these are little tomato plants, and it's probably going to be harder to see in this. Where did I bring? This is called a growing medium. It's a Rockwell. It's a balsamic salt, and it's spinned into fibers. So it's a natural salt. Your plants grow in it. You have little cocoa pebbles, clay pebbles that go over top of it, and then they grow in water. The roots would come out of the bottom, and I'll show you a better example. This is a lavender plant that I have drying. So this is the roots. You can see all the roots. You can see the whole. It's a beautiful concept, and it's not using the ground. And so the moral of what I'm getting at, and I would love for people to go add Mara Stalnaker. If you're friends with Natalie, if you're friends with Gwen, there'll still be information about me. I'm still getting my Facebook page up and running. Last year was my first year running the 20 by 20 hydroponic greenhouse outside. I did a lot of work at the Lost Creek Farmers Market selling my produce. And it was a great success. But in that year, I lost my mom, I lost my sister, and I had to go have a huge surgery, so it got a little delayed. I have a fireplace for next winter where the greenhouse will be going it'll be going all year round. It was supposed to go this year, but the surgery took the place of it. I invite people to get in touch with gardening, get a hold of me, see what you want to learn, and reach out to me about how you can learn it. I built my greenhouse specifically as cheap as possible with 2 people, so I could give out the blueprint of building it. It's something I'm very passionate about, and it'll go a long way. I was going to show everybody how the hydroponic works, how it's really abstract. I brought this, but it's going to be kind of hard to see with my stupid phone. But if you look really closely, you'll see this is a tiny cat litter box that you buy your cat litter in down there. This is just what's called panda film. It keeps the sunlight from creating algae in there. all that comes in here. The cool thing about hydroponics is it's an art. It's abstract. Once you learn the idea of it, that's all you got to do. So I took PVC pipes with these little squirter things up there and a pump, and this just squirts water up to the roots, and that's all the plant needs with the sunlight. And then the nutritions, which is really cheap and effective and healthy. And you'll grow phenomenal plants. You'll grow them faster. You'll grow more, and you'll actually be helping the environment because you're using more than 30% less water than what you would be in your garden. You can keep your pests out, and you can just help the earth, the nature, Gaia, Mother Sophia get a little bit stronger because she needs it. But we need to be eating and be healthy, so we got to find a middle ground on that aspect.
Absolutely.
But
Natalie commented, Gaia needs a hug.
I love.
Yes. and Jason, this is a really good question. What are the hydroponic scented herbs like? So I mean, from that question, I get, since it's lavender, do you feel that the lavender is stronger?
Yes.
Being clean like that, or out in, I mean, and I hate to say as far as clean and dirty, but earth versus hydroponic.
So there's a weird kicker. There's no pesticides used. I clean my own water. It's completely filtered through. It's all clean. But the government says I cannot label any of this organic because it's not in the ground. So while it's actually cleaner produce than 90% of everything you're buying in a supermarket, because I'm not spraying it, I'm not using any added, I'm not making things grow extra with just bad stuff. It's all natural. It's all organic. I'm not allowed to actually call anything I produce off of it organic simply because it's not grown in the ground. And It makes no sense whatsoever. I'm using water. I'm cleaning water. I can prove everything. So it's just a matter of one's opinion, I guess you would say, at the end of the day. I have people that won't buy any tomatoes now besides hydroponic tomatoes because they swear there's a huge difference. I don't really have to advertise my products. I just give people samples of them because that's all it has taken up until this point, is once they taste it, it's hooked. I've always been that way when it comes to business. Because managing Verizon, I learned the dirty, gummy sides of business. And then I went to college and I got my business degree. And if you produce a product you're passionate about, and that there will be a demand for it, the universe will take care of the rest if you just do good things for the earth, if you do good things for the world, if you're not a scummy person, you're not trying to pinch all these corners and everything else, you will get returned with everything. And that's my opinion about it. So I do tea.
Absolutely.
I sell my dry herbs for different people's candles, different balms, salves they make, salt baths, soaks, because I dry all my herbs. That's what all these jars back behind me are, different herbs I've dried throughout the years that I make my teas out of. I do a lot of mugwort, lavender, chamomile when it comes to the herb aspect. And these are just dried motherworts that I use for different bathtubs. Motherwort's actually really good for healing your uterus and your feminine aspects down there. So I make a tea out of it. It's a very bitter tea, but it's actually a phenomenal thing. But if anyone has any questions about plants, I'll take them. But the moral of what I'm getting at is, please follow me and add me or find my pages whenever they're fully up and running, and just get inspired by plants. I'm not trying to sell anything per se. If you want to buy produce off me, if you want to buy plants off me, that's great. We'll deal with that down the road. I want to inspire people to help the earth, because without I can't sell you anything anyway.
Absolutely. Well, we're gonna get your links up in the comments, but for those that are going to be listening later on, because the show will be on Anchor and Spotify. So can you spell out your page in your name so that people can find you?
Right now, you're just going to go add Mara Stalnaker. So that's MaraStalnaker. That'll launch you into everything in the future whenever I hit the launch page for everything. I have everything ready to rock and roll, but it's kind of on the DL because I honestly got into plants because I was trying to make a career that I could take care of my mother with and have money from. And then my mom died and like 6 months ago, and I had this whole thing going, and I questioned it all for a while. I thought I was going to throw in the towel. I didn't launch the website. I didn't do anything like that. And about a month ago, I started my seeds back up, and they all took, and the universe checked every box I told them they wanted me to be doing. They had to check. And so now I'm finalizing, and I'll have the page up and running. So if we can just go to Mara Stalnaker's Facebook page, you'll see a sunflower and a black and white dog. The sunflower, we all probably know what that's for. I'm not going to mention it, but yeah, you'll see a sunflower.
Yes.
Add me on there. That'll be where all the updates come in for the hydroponics. I also plan to do yoga in my greenhouse this year. So I'll have yoga sessions going on. You can come in. They'll be free. Occasionally they might have donations. It just depends on how far I go with them, but it'll be you with the yoga, or you doing yoga in the greenhouse with the plants. It's just an amazing thing. I can't get enough of it. Honestly, just changes your whole perspective of life, just being with the plants, hearing the water running, feeling the sunlight beating down on you. So if those are things you're interested in, on top of watching me grow my tarot business on the side, please follow me there. And I really look forward to just making friends and growing the community.
I love it. I'm so happy to hear you say that you're going to be doing all of this stuff, because I know that you're going to do it and you are going to be great at it.
I am. It's out there, so it's finalized at this point.
Yep. You spoke it into existence. It's done.
I've accepted the callings.
So shall it be.
And I encourage everybody else to do that, to find some of your hobbies that you just really enjoy and see where it goes, because you'll be surprised. Those little callings that you have they do have a purpose. Your soul is nudging you there, regardless of if you think it's just silly or it's whatever. Like, trust it. You'll be really surprised at how far it goes.
Yeah, we have some comments. Natalie said, "You inspire me daily," and Shanda said, "You're gonna be great." And and Natalie said, "You can help get her chunky self to be more bendy."
Nobody starts yoga because they're flexible. Let's all remember that. When I started yoga, I actually hated the idea of yoga, and I found 10-minute yoga videos. I told myself I could do anything for 10 minutes, and that's how I started 10 minutes yoga, 10 minutes meditation every day. Now, fast forward 5 years, I'm obsessed. If you haven't heard Mara say something about yoga plans in a month, you might want to check in and make sure she wasn't like abducted or something bad happened to her.
Right. Okay, so I guess time to end the show. Are you good?
No, I think everyone should go enjoy the new moon. Go get a cleansing ritual, absorb everything we've gathered here today. Thank you guys for coming and listening to me ramble and just being the support that I think we all needed.
Yeah. Okay, well, I am Lady Gwendolyn, LadyGwendolyn. You can find me at ladygwendolynhealing.com. You can book me for an appointment there. I am back in the game, baby. Going back now. So this new moon's really kicking us all in. If I can just, keep the emotions in check right now.
We all got this.
Yes. So thank you all so much for another great episode. Join us back here next Wednesday night for our next episode, 8 p.m. So thanks, and we'll see you then. Good night.